Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Rafael Corrales. I'm one of the co-founders and CEO of Orbicor Technologies. Orbicor means World Heart in Latin. We're a digital health company focused on the creation of medical devices and a platform for cardiovascular health. And we formed this company after I met with my co-founder, Dr. Jamila Bozid, one of Costa Rica's top cardiologists, when she had the opportunity to save my life, and I enjoyed her company for several days while I was in the hospital after an accident. So we discussed a lot of what was going on in cardiovascular health and the ideas that she had for improving it. So one of the things that you have to look at in cardiovascular health, and I think the problem is known to most of us, it's the #1 killer of people around the world. It's going up. It costs us significant amounts of money and human suffering. But what's interesting is that according to the American Heart Association and the World Health Organization, most of these events are preventable. So what are we doing wrong? The potential for correction is enormous. And basically, it's caused by the fact that the way we treat cardiovascular disease is for the most part reactive. And once we go see a cardiologist and he prescribes something to us, we don't see them for 6 months or a year. So a disease that develops through time requires ongoing focus, and correct information is for us to be able to treat it. So what we did once we decided to work together is we formed a team with which I've had previous success in the development of medical devices. Most of the people on our team have worked with me previously in the development of several medical devices that have launched globally. And when I was vice president of Establishment Labs, which is the only Costa Rican medical device company on NASDAQ. And we have a history of working well together. We brought in some very experienced talent to help us move our ideas forward. And we also looked at the market, and we can say the market is divided between basically smartwatches and multi-function devices that provide a lot of value-added information and a lot of single point information on health. EKGs are becoming commonplace among high-end smartwatches. And then we move to medical devices that are prescribed and those that are used by clinicians. The difference between a clinician's medical device and a smartwatch in many cases is not the type of data it gathers, but the fact that it gathers data in multiple points simultaneously, allowing them to create indexes and provide much more accurate information. The disease is called cardiovascular, not cardiac disease. So just reading an EKG or seeing your pulse rate or blood pressure is not enough to be able to follow up well. So we decided that we would focus on measuring multi-point cardiovascular indicators simultaneously. And for that, we developed our UnoMed platform. So the core of our UnoMed platform is what we call the Juno Block. So this that I have in my hand is a Juno Block. There's a microcomputer that powers all of our sensors. They communicate between each other using Bluetooth low energy, synchronize in time, and send the information to our applications in the mobiles or on tablets. So we have synchronized information that allows us to create indexes as is done by clinical devices at this time. Now, the first device that we decided to create is what we call the Heart Saver. And the Heart Saver is a multi-sensor device. So it's 3 of these, which are called Heart Savers. They have a vascular ultrasound that we custom designed. They're powered by our Juno Block. And basically you wear 3 of them when you're sensing the data. This is not a wearable you wear all day. Your doctor dictates the protocol of how you're going to measure and when you should do it. Our gamified application will remind you to do it and share the information with your doctor if you so allow us to. So you take the Juno Block, you put it on your Heart Saver devices, they synchronized among each other, and you follow the protocols on your application, and you're able to gather very valuable cardiovascular information that we then send to our analytics suite in the cloud, and we're able to share it with your doctor and see evolution through time. So we have more than one device associated with the Juno Block in our development platform. So for the patients, they get 3, the UnoMed kit comes with 3 cardiovascular sensors, so with 3 heart savers. Then it also comes with a wireless stethoscope that uploads all your cardiac data and lung data as needed to our cloud application. And for physicians, we actually wanted to increment the capacity for vascular health analytics that doctors in general have. A general practitioner right now has a stethoscope and a blood pressure cuff. They'll have our kit, they'll have a vascular pen, which will synchronize wirelessly with our applications and allow them to measure vascular health in multiple different locations simultaneously. We've partnered with a company that provides us with a cloud platform that is already FDA CE approved to be GDRP and HIPAA compliant for the storage of all our private patient data. The analytics and algorithms will be on our side of that firewall, so we will have proprietary information. And all of our devices have several advantages from a development perspective. They're class 2 medical devices, so we need to perform a 510K pre-market approval to get FDA release, perhaps a novel 510K, but we don't have to do a multi-year clinical study in order to get approval. We filed IP in the US, and we're able to ramp quickly. So basically, this is a business-to-business model. We'll work with distributors, and I think I'm out of time because David waved at me. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Okay, thank you, Rafael. Quite impressive. Can you close your sharing? Very interesting. So it looks like it seems you have you mentioned a couple go-to-market a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit more about your current tractions in terms of market right now?
So right now, we just finished our MVP last month. We're doing our final validation of our electronics design and PCB board manufacturing. So we're working on creating the samples that we're going to use now for doctors to start writing white papers and doing the validation that we need to get market traction. We are in discussions with the largest medical distributor in Costa Rica and Nicaragua, which are small markets, but their interest is very advanced. So we do have that in place, but our target is to launch in the US Q4 of next year, if we can meet our stretch goals. If not, it would be Q1 of 2023. And our idea is this is business to business. We will partner strategic.
Sorry, actually, I've already exceeded his time. So let's get one more very short question and a very short answer. Who else? Sorry.
And hi, Rafael. I love your idea really very much. And I want to ask you, how long do you work on this project, and how long did it take you to develop the platform and all these devices?
So we've been working on the project for 2 years and 6 months. And by the time we launch, it'll be approximately 4 years from start to launch.
Thank you.
Anybody else has a very short question? Rafael can answer in a few sentences.